Okay, my dear. It's time to slap you in the cooch. Which is not a word I often use. Yeah, it doesn't do anywhere near the damage I would have liked. That's fine. Gonna breathe fire? Yes, he is. 2 hits and then get off my balls. This is it. I was gonna run backwards, but I'm too late, so let's do that instead. Look at the delay on those moves. He's a genius. Goddamn genius, Dragon Man. Uh-oh. Spacing was bad. Yeah. I deserve that. That sword is not going to be a winner for me, so let's go to the sexy katana. Which is probably going to get me killed, but I'm going to feel badass for at least a little while. But my issue with these bosses for this particular DLC is their HP thresholds. If you remember Dark Souls 3 when it first came out, there was a lot of people criticising it because the bosses died quickly. They died in a reasonable fashion. If you hit them, they went down. And I always liked that. I liked the fact that the bosses killed you quick, but you could kill them quick. And it was kind of, who can fuck the other one faster? That's what the game became. And it's a really interesting conceit, because it makes bosses dangerous, but it makes them vulnerable. And I love that. It reminds me of Ninja Gaiden 2, where you take chunks out of them, and they take chunks out of you. And I really like that dichotomy. This DLC isn't like that. If you compare what I'm hitting on these bosses to every other boss in the game, you will see a staggering difference. And I don't know why they've decided to do it, because it makes it stand out in a kind of awkward way. I wonder if I can keep baiting that big attack and just get him to do that, or maybe it's just his opener. And oh, that was bad. Yeah, damage. That's what we'll do. I'll be 9 weeks away, and I'll see if I can get him to do the big chargy thing. Different chargy thing. Damn. I have to really pick my time on that move. I read one of the strangest comments I've got on YouTube in a long time yesterday. It was a guy basically saying that both Neo and Nier are great games, but if you listened to my videos, you would think that they were absolute trash. Which is interesting, because this person thinks that being critical of video games is the same as trashing video games, which, if you think that's what that is, you're both sorely mistaken, and have probably never come across the Socratic method in your life, which is a really, really useful tool that we have, that was concocted by very clever people. Sounds great. See me proccing all those rolls after I was dead? That was funny. After I was dead. You know what I mean, after I got hit. That's not a bad idea, running away from stuff like that. Sure as hell beats the precision needed to dodge some of it, but can't hit you. That's cool. Yeah, hit the legs is shitty. I like this fight a lot. I think it's got character. Could have got 3 hits then. But he said I should be a film critic instead of playing games, and leave games to people who actually really like them. And I I can't even get my brain around a thought process like that. That you've got to love everything about a game and shut your mouth when it comes to the things where it's not as good. Like, it makes me wonder if he's religious, because you know those religious people who just can't talk about anything negative? It's almost like if you don't talk about it, it doesn't happen. Because I think that's shit. That's what he'll do at distance. He'll do the dash, which is going to have a very dangerous hitbox, guaranteed. There it is. And you can punish it, but you have to really rush it. Because I was having a really interesting conversation with my grandma this weekend about my nephew. Yeah, the spacing on that is very particular. My nephew's at that age where he thinks he's king of the world and he thinks he knows everything and he's rebelling against everything. He's had a challenging upbringing. You know, didn't we all, in some grand scheme of things? And it's a nightmare, basically. It's a really difficult thing, because his mother is no stranger to, you know, a tough upbringing as well. Not from the parents or anything, just from the choices that you make. We all make choices, we all put ourselves in situations, and we're all to blame. And we know that they're not necessarily the best choices at the time, but we still do it because we're stupid. That's what being a kid is. That's what being young is. And a lot of people do it, some people don't. If you manage to avoid it, you did well. I did it, my sister did it, her son's doing it. And, like, he's living his life at 100 miles per hour doing all these crazy things. And having all these crazy things happen to him. And no parent or family member wants to see this shit happen to your child, because it's just scary. It's really scary. And you know where it ends up. It either ends up with getting into a situation where they get hurt in a really bad way, or they go to prison. You know, there's the two resolutions to the story, and neither of them are desirable. And I was talking about this with my grandma, and then the door went, because the rest of my family was coming to have dinner, and you should have seen how she shushed me. She shushed the entire conversation, like keeping up appearances. It was weird. And I'm not a big fan of being shushed to begin with, so that fucked me off. But it wasn't the shushing that was the thing that I thought was kind of funny and hypocritical. It was the fact that this conversation couldn't exist in a social format because it had to be reserved. Because you don't talk about that with civilized people. That is not for the living room or the dining room table. That is for the dark corners. Well, that was a different move. Oh no, it wasn't. I just got hit by it. Cool. And I don't have that in me, which is both a plus and a negative. This idea of what is appropriate to say and when it's appropriate to be said, because I think it's always, if it's important, it's appropriate. I can understand the social conformity of not wanting to say certain things at certain times, but it's like anything else. You judge the situation, you read the room. But when it comes to things that are important, you wouldn't kindly wait for your guests to leave if somebody was bleeding to death to say, somebody call an ambulance, would you? And I appreciate that that's a more dire situation, but it's just this idea that there are appropriate times for appropriate conversations. It's the same with sexuality. Sexuality is that thing that every parent wants their child to know, but they don't want to teach it. They want the schools to teach it. And the schools do a terrible job of teaching it, because you're surrounded by your friends taking the piss out of it, not learning anything. And when you're at that point in your life where you're being taught those kind of things, all you want to do is bury your genitalia in the other piece of genitalia, whichever way you can find that. So it's just a bunch of hormones, a lack of insight and experience, and just general immaturity. So it's just a bad cocktail of everything. But isn't it funny what people think you can't speak about?
Alright, my dear. You and me, buddy. And you're going to do that big opening combo because it seems to be what your programming tells you to do. There it is. And I'm going to run to the side of it, and then I'm going to chase it from behind, like Bill Paxton in Twisters. May he rest in peace. The beast he is. And there's his breath of doom. To punish after that, so I'm going to go sit here and charge this, and then go boom. You're going to take a big hit, I'm going to roll away. Then you're going to do 2 swipes, and because it's slow, I'm going to think that there's a punish in that, and there was, and I fucked it up because I'm not strong enough. And I'm just going to let that sail. Just going to let that sail. Strafe to the right, in rock step with all the explosions. Very nice. And what's he doing there? I don't know what he's doing. Is he doing the same move? No, he's not. Different move. Yeah, that's bad, that. There we go. That went great.
It's that funny thing as well. I used to think, you know, when those no rolling videos came out for Dark Souls on YouTube, there's a bunch of people doing it, and I watched a few and I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's a crazy idea. You know, that's really clever. They're going to be utilising spacing and movement to get around a lot of these attacks. And then when I watched them, that wasn't what they were at all. Some of them were, and some parts were, but for the most, they were just using the run, because the run feature is incredibly powerful. And you notice when you do it yourself that running away from attacks is easier to dodge than any other dodge in the game. And I find that those videos, when I first came to them, I looked at them as this, you know, restricted challenge run that's completely counterintuitive and is somewhat harder. But precise rolling through attacks takes way more timing than running away from them. Which is why I really liked what Tolo did with Nier. Not Nier, sorry. Neo. Too many N's. And if you didn't see his videos for that, I recommend them. Because he was using a lot of space and movement in them to get around attacks, to just strafe around the hitboxes and things. And that's what I thought those Souls videos were going to be like when everybody was doing that back in the day. And he might have been, but I didn't see his. Missed twice. Right. Right. There's a punish in there, but I'm going to leave it. That's the big one. Look how much range he gets when he face plant. There it is. Hiya! He's going to do the flame on his balls, isn't he? Yeah, he is. He's doing it there. Can't chop his tail. You can hit his tail. Here it comes. Is he doing it again? That's a bit silly. Has anybody cut his tail off yet? Where's the tailspin, dickhead? I wasn't expecting you to do the breath out of distance. That was stupid of you. That was quite stupid too. Maybe you are stupid. Maybe that's a trick. He's actually really thick. Face plant. Oh my god! That is so depressing. I'll chug for that. Damn. It's very dangerous. Okay. I don't seem to be doing any damage. Like I understand the fight a little bit. I know what I'm doing, I'm just not doing it.
Because the fight is cool. It's tough. He kills you fast. And then you run back. And it's annoying. Why is he not doing the breath? That was weird. Great kick there, Chris. It's exactly what you wanted. There's his combo. Ooh. Damn. Okay. Let's go with the one that doesn't drop input, shall we? Why oh why didn't I take the blue pill? That was great. It's hilarious. The moment I swap controllers, I want to fuck with the D-pad, and this one's D-pad doesn't work. Which is the biggest crime. He broke the lock on then. He didn't do the breath. Why are you cheating? There we go.
I wonder why people are always naked in Soul Level 1. Do you think it's because you get the best regeneration of your stamina when you're at the lowest of weights? Or do you think they just don't want to wear armour, or because they think that the no armour looks like it's more challenging or something? I think about that stuff. I don't know why, but I do. He's gonna try and grab me, really? Wow. I'll take that. Yeah, you just ate all my stamina, friend. He's doing the other one. Fuck. Oh no, he did the good one. Shit. I wonder what dictates what side he does that on. Dash. Chop his leg. Tail whip. Damn. This is it, this is it. I'm fucked. Ah! I don't know how to stop that, and I don't know how to dodge that. That is a scary move. So don't do that, please. Look how slow this is. That was a weak point. That was the one hit into weak point. 1, 2. This is the fast one, so that means he's going to have the head thrust. And I'm going to go through his balls, and he's going to hit me with the fire like now. Ah! Whip that tail. No tail whip? I'm disappointed. Downward breath. Cool. Fuck. What a waste of time that was. Doing the big combo. Not on a good side of it though. Chop. Could have chopped him twice. There's a punish in that. I know there is. I can sense it in my balls. My balls are good sensory items. Chop. Full combo. Chop. End of combo. Fuck. Grab. Very close, wasn't it? He's doing the bullshit move. Oh no, he's not. Here it comes. What are you doing? What are you doing, fella? One and done. This is it, this is it, this is it! No, it's not. Here it comes. Should be chopping his knee or something. Just get them little bits of damage, you know? Work it when you can. He comes again. I don't like it when he gets into this pattern. They're just doing that stupid move. There we go. Spike. I think I pissed him off. This is full combo because he's doing fast. It's real mad. Getting real mad about it. Grab. Incoming. Bad spacing, so I'm getting out of there. Tail whip. Whip. Why are you saying that word weird? Whip. Yeah, I don't know what this is. He's doing the ground thing when I'm nowhere near him. Dumb asshole. That's the one and done. Spike and done. One and done. Follow. Look at the range when he needs it. God, this guy's a beast. Just starts moving the entire length of the fucking field. It's totally cheating, right? Here he comes. See what he did there? He masked it at the end of the flame breath and did the charge. That was clever. He's doing it again. It's just some kind of pattern this, and I don't like it because it's not productive. Tail whip. Fuck. I think I stacked the jump. I stacked a roll maybe. Quick chug. Bring the breath. I'm probably going to die punishing this because it's been a while. Just because this fight's gone better than some of the other ones. That was a really bad idea. If you get hit during a jump, it counts as a counter hit. You will take like twice damage. You don't want it to happen. It's just common sense, really. You know the thing about common sense? It's not that common. True story. That was the end of the combo. There's the breath up the middle. And look, he's masking it again! Really clever. It's cool. And then he's doing another weird move when he's out of position, so I'm going to chop him on the tail. No, I'm not. Why did they make them animate the tail so much? Have you noticed every fucking dragon, its tail is like a dog all the time, just being stupid. I'm not gonna... I don't know what this is. I suppose that we knew it was coming though, right? Big AoE? Something? Is he gonna fly a lot? Music's changed, second phase. Oh, we've only just... Fuck. We've only just got used to the last bit. There was always going to be a second phase. I don't know why I'm so surprised. Here it comes. Oh, he's doing the combo. Maybe he didn't get all that much new tech. Maybe he's just old. Whoa, he didn't... He didn't get stunned! What the fuck is that about? Or maybe he just does it twice now? He's gonna dash at me. Got like the biggest fart brewing, I can feel it. It's gonna pop out an organ, I think, if I let this beast go. Oh, you see what happened then? He has an ender. I'm all out of stamina! That move is no longer vulnerable like it was before, and I'm about to get killed by fire. Ah! So when he does the single slam, it's followed by humanity, tickle pickle, toil and trouble, bubble hubble, whatever that move was. There it was again. Now I'm going to run past it. I thought I was being clever. I don't think I was being clever. I'm taking so many fucking hits off of shit. Bullshit. Shit like that. He's doing it again. What is even going on right now? I'm stuck on his face! You tit. And I'm dead. Oh no, he didn't do it. He's doing something else. This can't be good. So there's both positives and negatives to take from that. I think the first thing, this sword doesn't really benefit the Chaos Blade. This ring setup doesn't benefit this sword at all, does it, when you think about it? Because the moment I swing the Chaos Blade and I hit something, I lose my buff. So that's kind of stupid. I'd not thought of it like that. I like this weapon though. I feel like it's being useful. I hate the menus on this controller. Take a shot every time I press it and it doesn't come out. That's like 10 shots in a row just then. You've just died. I'm sorry. Go back to this. Anyway. We got the boss to the second phase. The second phase is confusing, but once we figure it out, we'll be fine. The problem is, it takes a long time to get to the second phase because this boss takes a while to kill. I just did a quick search on the wiki to see what it said about him, see if it said anything interesting. And I found it really funny. There's no information at all on him because he's new, but there was a little strategy video, and beneath the strategy video there was a sentence that said, "Make sure you bring a weapon of over 500 AR because this boss has massive defense." I just thought, like, you have 500 attack? God, what a world it must be. With my shitty barely 400, I want a new sword. Attack. There we go, 2 hits and then... Now, my damage is not bad on this. It's way better than it was for Gale. Gale was just depressing. But luckily enough for Gale, you know, he made a lot more sense than this at that moment, so we made it work. But anyway, let's get on with it. Big combo into Flame Ball. He's dashing. You're doing that early? I was picking my fucking head then. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I've used a different shampoo, but I'm itching like a dog with fleas. It's ridiculous. It's not what you need when you're in mortal battle against Big Dragon Man of Dragon Doom. Here he comes. Get in my belly! That missed! What a depressing thing that was. You know what's really kind about this fight? That his feet aren't stupid bullshit like they normally are in every Souls game, where you get hit by feet that aren't even an attack. I think that's incredibly generous of them. Fire move? I dodged it! I saw a gap then. Did you see that? There's a gap to his left. Well, technically it's his right, but it's my left. There was a gap then. Run towards like 11 o'clock. Run towards 11 o'clock. There ain't shit he can do. Chomp. Chomp. Into fire. What if I can punish this better by... That was a mistake. I'll take it though. See what I mean though when I say that running away from things is probably the most overpowered dodge in the game? So I find that there's kind of an interesting contradiction to the no roll runs. In my mind anyway, not in the people that do them. Because I would never do that shit. I think it sounds preposterous. Got fucked then by lock-on. I wonder if it's better not to use lock-on. Probably is. Here he comes. What are you doing? Being a dirty. For some reason, guys, the word Jew has entered my lexicon in a derogatory way, and I'm not pleased about it, because I don't think I've ever met a Jewish person, so I don't even have the street cred to insult them. But for whatever reason, just like when I say gay and things like that, it's just popped in there, and I'm having trouble getting it out. I'd like to know why. I've been watching a lot of Orange is the New Black, and they've been talking about Jews on that a lot, but I don't think I'm that fickle, am I? Am I that fickle? Talking of fickle, the main character in that show, after like season 2, becomes so increasingly unlikable, I kind of wanted to get the death sentence. She's just not nice. You don't even, you know, root for her at all, because she makes some really bad choices, and she kind of deserves. She's a bit of a bitch. Now, I don't want to be catty, but she's a bit of a bitch. She's a bitch. That is a show as well with a great character. Oh my goodness, you can get past it too. Oh shit. Lock on, why? Why you do this? That's the full combo, that. Nice breathing between his legs. So I'm going to get out of the way of his tail if I can, and I'm going to do a nice double chug. There's parts of me that wishes I had less life, just so one heal could get me to full and I wouldn't feel so self-conscious about not having full life. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm up against a boss that can hit me really hard, I like to have full life. Even if it's not really necessary, I feel like I should. Fucked up again, you see that? He did that move out of sequence. Whatever. Tail whip. I'm terrible at dodging that. That's the grab. I think I'm in a good range. Yeah, well. That's a difficult dodge to do that. If you wait for it. If you just do it, you're fine. There it was. Finally landed a punish on that move. 2 hits. He's going to buff, right? He's going to do his thing. Interesting. Get off the center line, and then chug. Doing it now? No, he's charging. I should be spacing that better and getting a punish on that, because he does it enough that I really should be dealing with it. He's doing it now. Fuck off. You only touched his nail. You didn't hit him correctly. That was a hit. Could have done that. Would have been clean. Ooh, that was close. Do you bleed, sir? Only on a weekend? There it was. You think it's worth hitting him during that? Probably not. Maybe I could throw some shit at him. Some sticky poo. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh my god, he's like Godzilla! How long is that move? Oh, look out! He has a massive cooldown phase afterwards, though. That's good to know, right? I saw the gap. Did you see the gap? It was his other foot. His other foot did not have any laser of doom near it at all. I picked the wrong foot.
Can you imagine if you could hit that? Like chuck a pebble at it or throw a knife and it stopped it and critted him and put him into a state where you could riposte. Like the watchdogs of Farron or whatever they're called in Bloodborne. If you shoot that dash that he does, you stun him. It's beautiful. I'm doing 2 hits because I want to be safe. Safe on the reprisal, basically. That was slow of me. Could have done that way faster and that would have worked. Fuck! There's the grab. Fuck you. Full combo. Face thrust. There it was. This is the 3-1 and then the break, which means I can do a quick chug there. 2. And the breath. So we're learning him at least. There's the dash. Don't even have to dodge that because he's nowhere near me, you dumb asshole. Should try chucking a knife at it. Maybe it'll work. Everybody's favourite fire breath. Bloody hell. You're quite finished, sir. Yes. There he goes. Looks very crocodile-like. I didn't see it that time. I don't know why. No excuse. Saw it that time. There we go. Get me my damage bonus. I need every damage I can get. I'm so weak. That was just the one hitter? Damn. That's it. Oh, no, it's not. Here we come. Oh, no. I'm not going to challenge this. Use it as an opportunity to boof. Is he doing the charge? Yeah, he is. No, he's not. He's doing it now, of course. I'm stuck in an animation. I don't know. I have to recover. Ah. There's his weakness. Again. It's not the best pattern, but it's not the worst. There are worse. There's the full combo. Fight, yeah. That was just bad play. It's just, it'd be nice to see a good chunk come off, and I think it's not even the fact of the damage, of what the damage means, it's how it makes you feel. Like, when you see that chunk come off, you know there's a chance. That sucked. You know, you feel that victory is achievable. And sometimes, that confidence that you get from something like that is the most important part of a fight. And I'm getting fucked on this pattern. This is not a good pattern. Moves I don't like. There it was. Breath. No stamina though. Bite. Bite. And breath. An extra hit always misses, and I can get a 4th hit. Shit. This is a full... Oh no. It seems like he adds hits. Does anybody else think that, or am I just insane? He's doing those creator combos. What he's doing. I'm gonna make you bleed. It kills me. It's gonna kill me because you're gonna kill me. Already accepted this. Tailspin. There it was. That's the 1 hit, right? Yeah. That's the bite. Fuck, I keep missing my punish. It's really depressing. I go there and then go boom. Oh, really? Goddamn Jezebel. Here it comes. That was a travesty, is what that fucking was. What an execution fail. Just the worst kind. Enough misses to make me cry, and then a kick. Is it? I'm dead. Oh my goodness, that was very lucky. All these games and they still haven't cleaned up the kick input. What the fuck is that? I wonder what's so difficult about it. Yeah, that's not so good. Look, he's doing the stupid breath move again. He does that a lot. God, I hate that tail! It moves just as you get to it. It's so expertly designed to dick you. What if you had a bow here, if you could do some good damage to him? It seems like you probably could. I don't think the music's very good either. I was watching a stream the other day where they were like, oh my god, this might be the best piece of music in the series. It's like, are you fucking deaf? Best piece of music. I appreciate music is subjective, but I think you might have malfunctioning tastes. You might want to get that checked. You know, you're a little tired, you're confused. Just rethink it and then appreciate the fact that you're wrong. I think I might try and space the this is it. This is the bad one. And then the lock-on starts getting fucking silly. I think he should be on the ground for 20 minutes after that. Look how fast he just recovered. They just don't care. They don't. They don't give a shit. Just instant recovery, fuck you. Horrible fight right now. Here he comes. Oh no, he didn't do it! Shit! Yeah, that's it. No, that's a different move. Is he gonna sweep from the right? Don't sweep from the right. Oh, he just did 1 breath. Well, that's so retro. The camera's awful. Which is why I should move it. Okay. Here he comes. Oh, and he hit me with a knee. That's okay though, it makes more sense. Look at this shit pattern. I hate this. Give me something good, you bitch. Yeah. That was always going to happen that way. When you get knocked down on this game, getting up is a nightmare. And you know all the people that defend run backs are all the scrubs that never play these games. Have you noticed that? It's always the fucking people who beat it with 3 phantoms and then sell the game once they're done. It's always those people. You know, the ones who didn't have any trouble with it because they rocked up with a fucking great shield. And they were level 300. Like, I don't understand people who comment on things like that. You don't know the pain of the run back because you've never challenged yourself to not be a pussy. So don't talk about it if you have no history with it. But that's the curse, isn't it? Everybody that plays Souls games thinks they're a fucking expert. It's annoying. Because I think the more you play Souls, the more you realise you don't understand anything. It's just the nature of the game. But those people, unfortunately, have that ignorant arrogance, don't they, where they... Oh, I just used my eagle shield. Do you? Have you tried playing with it? Why would I do that? Like, I was looking in some comments yesterday for the Nier playthrough, or the Nier walkthrough, sorry. And the playthrough, it was a mixture of both. And it was people saying that I didn't have any grounds to criticise the difficulty because I wasn't using items. Like, what? How does that even make sense? I don't think they realise that a sign of a good difficulty is something that can stand on its own without anything else. That's what good design is. It's design that ends up benefiting the unintended. Like, for instance, in the Soul series, you can beat these games at Soul Level 1. I don't think they were ever intended to be done that way. I just think it was one of those beautiful, you know, serendipitous things that happened because everything was really well made and appropriately broken and unbalanced. And then afterwards, when, you know, people started doing that, that's when they probably realised that, hang on a second here, this is a thing. And then they might have made it a little bit more of a thing. But it's things like when you play God of War without upgrades, or without using any of the weapons, you can still do all of those situations because you're just as capable as you need to be without all those other tools. It just takes a little bit longer. And it's kind of the contract of that difficulty and that challenge is this idea that it's going to take a little bit longer. And that was really terrible by me, because I should have rolled. Didn't even get out of it. And that wonderful observation from that person was juxtaposed with people saying, with people mentioning, if it's too challenging, just turn it down to normal. And once again, that's completely missing the point of the issue again. Which I find really difficult for people who can't seem to understand that. Because when I try and look at it from their perspective, I don't understand it. I don't grasp how they can't understand the inflection. Difficulty is something that is great to analyse. There's a whole host of things that make it interesting, that make it unfair, that make it fair, that make it whatever you want to analyse it with. And that's pretty much one of the things I've spent the last, 15 years doing, is looking into why things work the way they work, and how I think if they work well, why so, and if they work poorly, what could we do to change that, or maybe look into why we think it's poor. And then you have these people that just say, oh, if you can't do it, just play it on normal. It seems like the antithesis of a conversation. It's just an absolute statement of ignorance, and I don't get it. The point of hard difficulty is that it's meant to be challenging. It's meant to have these things that push you outside your comfort zone. When the things pushing you outside of your comfort zone aren't well designed, that's not difficulty. So moving down to normal is not really anything that should even be discussed because we're not on normal. On normal, none of these problems exist. Like, how can you not appreciate that that's a thing, like... When you're talking about Devil May Cry 3, you can't lament devil-triggered enemies on very hard, because they don't exist. Difficulty is a subject of itself. But I appreciate that this is probably a little bit too much for those kind of people, because they don't think of it like that. They don't think of it at all, really. That's why they can leave a comment like that. Just play on normal. What if I don't want to play on normal? What if I want to challenge myself, but I want the challenge to be actually challenging? What do I do then? And these people always do the same thing too, have you noticed? They always cite Dark Souls for difficulty. And that's when I start ignoring them. Because when you cite... Whoa. That had a lot of range. When you cite a Souls game for difficulty, I always wonder, did these people play games before 2011? Did these people play games before 2000? Were these people born before the year 2000? Because these games are difficult, and they can be very challenging, but they didn't invent it. Like, these people need to play some older games. And I mean really older games. There's a reason why people do Soul Level 1 runs and restricted weapon runs and no roll runs and things. It's because it can always be more difficult. And that's what those people are chasing. They're chasing that challenge. And all these people who mention Souls as a difficulty, who just use it as kind of their universal barometer of challenge, I bet none of them have beaten it at Soul Level 1. I bet none of them have beaten it without a shield. I guarantee it. I reckon that these people probably haven't killed half the bosses without their buddies, without phantoms. Because look at the statistics with the games. If you look at the trophy statistics on Dark Souls 3 on the Xbox One, it's ridiculous. The amount of people who've done the first zone is massive. The amount of people who've beat the game is not. Which shows you that 70% of your average player doesn't even beat the game. Which is fucking crazy.
But understandable, because, you know, that's what difficulty does. difficulty is very subjective, and due to this nature, everybody has different struggles. And I was reading some checkpoint and some difficulty articles on some websites last night, and I was having a good time because there's some really fascinating stuff in there from the developers, and most of it I can kind of understand and I can kind of grasp, but there was some of it that I'd not even thought of. And I love thinking from a different perspective. It's the reasons why I like YouTube comments when it's not idiots being ignorant. Is because it brings an opinion that's not mine, and it brings a perspective that I'm not familiar with. And I get to look at stuff from a different side, and I love that. Because anything that's forcing me to think is a good thing. I think. Can he do this full screen? I don't understand the range of that. He hit me from about 50 yards that one time, and then that time he was nowhere near me. Okay. Wow. I didn't even know that had like a swinging property. I'm probably dead. Oh no, we're good. I wish he would do the directional fire. The directional fire is way more interesting to me. There it was. Yeah. Watch how long this is, by the way. This one is one of the longer animations. That was the perfect punish, that. If that had landed, it would have been much stronger. But that was really, really nice spacing on my behalf for once. And then that was not. Neither was that. That one was fine. Very interesting. Oh no, that's just depressing. Panic rolls for the win. That's how we win, boys. Is this a wall? That's the ball shot. But when I talk about people not understanding difficulty, there's nothing wrong with it, fundamentally. It's just when they critique somebody else who does like to dig into difficulty, that's when it becomes kind of crazy to me. That's a really nice thing to bait, it seems, but... Ooh. He has an alternative version of it. That was dangerous. Is that the... There it is. Lock-on's fucking me. Thank you. Like, there's nothing wrong with not understanding difficulty and not even caring. Like, if you don't care about it, that's fine too. Like, I have a lot of subscribers who don't do hardest difficulties or anything like that because that's just not the kind of player that they are. They don't like that. That's not their thing. You know? I've got a lot of players who admit to being not very good at playing at all. They just like games. And that's the beauty of video games. You don't have to be good at them. Sometimes it can be worse when you feel like you have to be good at them / you want to be good at them. Because it puts a lot of pressure and it forces you to, you know, to go through a lot of miserable sessions to get to the good parts. And I don't want anybody to feel like I'm inferring that you have to, you know, be good at a game to have value. Because that's not what I'm trying to say. And sometimes it probably comes across that way. Maybe there's a little bit of elitism in it. Like, when it comes to YouTube, I'm definitely guilty of that. Because I can't imagine a world where somebody can put up a video that's not impressive at all and anybody can give a fuck what that video is, because that's just how my brain works. And I am a believer that the video should have something about it that is worth watching. And of course that is incredibly subjective. But I find it frustrating when shit videos get tons of views and people are doing ridiculous things and they're not getting seen. Because those people doing ridiculous things, I feel, should be getting seen, and That's not me saying myself, even though everybody construes this point as me being like, oh, I don't have enough views, which is completely fucking true, but I don't really mind, you know, it's not really about me. I'm talking about that stuff where you watch it and you're like, oh my god, this is crazy, this needs to be seen, that kind of stuff. And you might think that some of my stuff is like that, and that's awesome, that's very kind of it. But I'm just talking in general. I nearly died then, on a really stupid mistake. Is that the directional one? It is. Do you think he's going to do the modifier again? He is. Interesting. And he moved too, which sucked because it put him out of my range. There's the breath. Fuck. Full combo. Shit! Bites. Should have probably died to those. Oh no! A spacing failure. That's unfortunate.